Hello and welcome. Over the past week, Nigeria announced a major counter-terrorism breakthrough. Two of the most wanted leaders of the Al-Qaeda-linked Ansaru terrorist group, active in Nigeria since its emergence in 2012 actually, have been captured in a months-long intelligence-led operation. The suspects, Mahmoud Muhammad Usman, also known as Abu Bara, and his deputy Mahmoud al-Nigeria, also called Malam Mahmouda, were arrested between May and July 2025 after a coordinated effort by the National Counter-Terrorism Center, the Armed Forces and other security agencies. National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu described Abu Bara as the so-called emir of Ansaru, accused of running sleeper cells, financing terrorism, and directing kidnappings across Nigeria. Mahmouda, his deputy, reportedly trained under foreign jihadists in Libya and led the Mahmoudawa faction near Kainji National Park. The two men are believed to be behind several high-profile attacks, including the 2022 Kuje prison break, an assault on a uranium facility in Niger, that's Niger Republic, and numerous abductions in the northwest and north central of the region. Take a listen now to some of what Nuhu Ribadu said in that press conference where he announced the breakthrough.
Over the years, Ansaru entrenched itself in both urban sleeper cells and forest enclaves across several cities in northern Nigeria and in forest-based enclaves, particularly around Kainji National Park, straddling Niger and Kwara states, as well as Benin Republic. The targeted operation, which was conducted between May and July 2025, led to the capture of two top Ansaru leaders who have been responsible for masterminding several terrorist attacks against Nigeria over the past years. The first is Mahmoud Muhammad Usman, otherwise known as Abu Bara Abbas Mukhtar, the self-styled emir of Ansaru. He is the coordinator of various terrorist sleeper cells across Nigeria. He is also the mastermind of several high-profile kidnappings and armed robberies used to finance terrorism over the years.
Now, the Minister of Information also spoke at that event. He said, that's Mohammed Idris now, he hailed the arrest as a major counter-terrorism victory, urging the media not to glorify terrorist activities but to highlight the sacrifices of security forces. Take a listen to him.
It's a new dawn for Nigeria. I think what we have just witnessed is not often that you get it. The federal government, under the able leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has consistently maintained that Nigeria will indeed be free for all Nigerians. Therefore, what we have witnessed today is another indication of the commitment of not just the President, but all those who are saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that lives and property are protected in this country under the able leadership of the National Security Advisor and all the service chiefs. We want to thank you for this wonderful feat, and I know that the world is watching. This indeed is big news for all of us. And to you, my colleagues in the media, let me use this opportunity to first reaffirm the commitment of the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Authorities are calling on Nigerians to remain vigilant and continue to share intelligence, stressing that national security is a shared responsibility. Well, joining me now to discuss more on this breakthrough in Nigeria's fight against terrorism is Air Commodore Abayomi Balogun, a retired, of course, Air Commodore and former military aviator of the Nigerian Air Force. He joins us from Abuja. Thank you very much for coming on the program. Let us know how significant this arrest is of these two terrorist leaders now, who have wreaked a lot of havoc across especially the north of the country.
Okay, thank you very much. I think the arrest of these two guys is significant because it shows that we are making progress in the fight against banditry, terrorism, and the likes. And it's a sure way to increase the morale of the troops, of the security agencies who are every day on the field trying to secure our country. So it's a great boost to them and a great boost to Nigeria as a whole. But my advice, as usual, is that we don't need to relent. We have gotten these two guys, but is that the end? No. For me, it is just the beginning. We have not finished it yet. So I will encourage the security agencies that despite the achievements so far, we must continue to work hard. Because even the Mahmuda guy, yeah, we've gotten Mahmuda. Have we gotten the whole cell of the terrorists operating around Niger, Kwara State? No, they are still there operating up to today. So, but then, it's an achievement which I think we should build upon.
How much is the arrest likely to weaken, their groups now?
I can't tell you significantly now, but what I'm hearing so far is that despite the arrest of Mahmuda, they are still operating. And what we hear is that even Mahmuda is not the topmost guy in that group, in that Mahmuda terrorist group. It's like the second in command. And since the arrest, there's also information that his second in command too has taken over. And that's where you see here today that they are operating in Kwara State and they are still within the Kanji Lake National Park and they stretch across to Benin Republic. So it's not over, like I said, until it is over. We have arrested him, he's just one of them. Like several of them roaming around the whole nation, still making videos and terrorizing us. So it's a good step, but we should continue the push and make sure we get to the end of the road.
Let me ask you, sir, look, building from this now, what do you expect that the security forces should do in terms of probably getting, or if possible, neutralizing the other terrorist leaders? I mean, we have someone like Bello Turji now, the notorious bandit leader now, who's still on the prowl and causing a lot of problems.
Thank you very much. I've always been saying this, that we need to step up our game. In those days that we were in the military and fighting the same kind of situation, we were always ahead of the enemy. We were not reactive, we were more proactive. So what I expect them to do right now is to become more proactive and get them before they get to us. We don't have to wait every time until they strike. Like Mahmuda. Mahmuda has been around Mokwa of Niger State, roaming around for ages. And a lot of people know him. But how long did it take us to really trap him down and then finally we say we have arrested him? Like several others over there. I want to take you back a bit. About 4 years ago, precisely in 2020, there was a kidnapped American that was kidnapped either in Chad or Niger and was brought into northern Nigeria. And within 3-4 days, Americans came into Nigeria and secured his, in fact, they did not secure his release. They freed him by killing all the bandits, all the terrorists that kidnapped him, and took him back to America, just a single soul. Now, what stops us from doing the same thing? We have the capability, as far as I'm concerned. We have the resources to do so. The only thing we require is what I call critical thinkers that need to be assembled, that will continuously think for the security agencies and say, we are the problem solvers. They don't have to be actively involved, but they will be in one corner and brainstorming every day and providing the solutions to the security agencies. They are abound. I'm not talking about me. There are so many well-meaning Nigerians who are ready to put in everything possible to make sure this country is safe. But we must harvest them. We must look for them and get their expertise and put to good use. So once the military or the security agencies step up their games to that level, where a kidnapper, single call, that is what is required. Just one call is required to track them and get them to put them to justice. But today they will kidnap 100 people, 200 people, and they keep them for 1 month, and we say we don't know where they are. That is not acceptable to me. It's something the Americans did it within 3 days. In fact, within 2 days they knew where they were in Nigeria, and within 3 days they came into Nigeria, rescued the guy, and took him out. So how come it is happening in Nigeria and we don't have the capability to track these guys and bring them to justice? That is what I want the security agencies to mature into. They must grow that, leverage more on technology. The technologies are available. And once that kidnapper makes that call, it's enough. It's all you need. But you must put the structure on ground. It does not just happen by magic. You must have something we call multi-agency coordination and control center. Call.
Let's quickly talk about, because you talked about coordination, which of course is very good. And for the first time, I mean, this arrest, from the information gathered, disclosed by the National Security Advisor, the arrest was made possible as a result of an effective coordination now and synergy among the various security forces. So you had the DSS, the National Intelligence Agency, you had, other security forces involved working together in a very coordinated way to effect this arrest. So how good is that? And is it something we should continue to expect to see going forward?
For me, they have tried. It's improving, but they are not there yet. The coordination and integration of all resources must go beyond ordinary talk. You must create that structure where all those elements are fused together under one umbrella. That one single call gets to everybody. If you remember what happened in Yelwater a month or two ago, there were intelligence. A month before then, the DSS raised that intelligence. These guys are camped so place. They are going to attack this place, this place, this place. When the DSS put out that intelligence, what happened? The attack still took place a month thereafter, after the intelligence was forwarded to the appropriate people who are supposed to do it. So that means, they are coordinating, but they are not integrating enough to take adequate action against the enemy. So I want to see a better integration process, and you need to create that structure where they will all be for proper integration. It's not that by phone it should be somewhere where all agencies are seated, where all the inputs come in, is analyzed, is synthesized, and appropriate measures are taken. Until we do that, then it will take us time to achieve what we need to achieve. That's what I mean, sir.
All right, sir. Now that these two leaders have been arrested, we've been told that, that a lot of equipment, communication equipment, sophisticated gadget now were also seized and found on them and seized. And of course, they are still being held. We expect that in the coming weeks or months, they'll be taken to court. But at this period now, what exactly would be happening at this time? What exactly do you think the authorities will be doing with them at this time? Probably to glean more information about their operation and, where some of their cells may be and all of that.
Yes, that is what should be going on right now. Using them as tools to get more information and then use that information for future operations. It's not necessary every time that you capture somebody and you just kill them or you neutralize them. You use them as tools for the next line of action. Like during the Benue issues earlier, that guy that was AKA Ghana, that bandit, the bandit, was killed. But then, if we had caught him alive, he had some vital information that he was going to give out, which would have led us to the arrest of others. Maybe the Benue issues would have cleared up by now. But we killed him. And then, did this solve the problem? No, the problem is still there. So, it's not every time you catch, in fact, in part of the law of armed conflict, is that you must capture your guy alive, capture the enemy alive, and use him to get what you need from him. So what I think they should be doing right now is more interrogation, more investigations, more intelligence gathering, and I believe if they do that effectively, they will get to the bottom and then solve the problem at hand.
Commodore Bayomi Balogun, retired. Thank you very much for coming on the program and sharing your thoughts with us. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's mine, anytime.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay with us, don't go away. Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal. How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the President of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On DEJI360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
DEJI360, dissecting the issues.